What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Phones and Drones. So Apple talked about it and teased it and finally said Apple Pay Later is slowly rolling out to select individuals. Well, we actually just lucked out and got our invite to the early access for Apple Pay Later. And I want to show you guys how the setup process is and even going through a purchase up until where you actually complete it. So having said that, if you guys are not aware, Apple Pay Later, Apple's becoming a bank. They are the ones financing this. This is not through Goldman Sachs like the Apple Card is, and it has some stricter limits. The minimum amount that you can purchase is a $50 increment, and then the max amount that you can get approved for is a $1,000 purchase. A couple of ways this differs from Affirm and some of these other Karmas, all these other basically companies that offer the same thing. Well, Apple will only allow you to pay with a debit card, as we discovered later on in the video here. And then also, they will not let purchases go over that $1,000 threshold. I've said this before, we've talked about it in the other videos, we described it when Apple was announcing this in general, but pay later and all these 0% interest are great if you have the money to pay for it in that 4 or 6 week period of time, but you can catch yourself in a lot of debt if you are not careful. So it's hard to advise using this unless you know you will have these funds in these weekly increments to pay for this item. There's a lot of concern about how, especially kids nowadays, are going to be eligible for these basically interest-free loans and are unable to pay it and pile up debt and cause themselves issues. Obviously, yes, it will be reported, I'm assuming, to the credit bureau if you do not make a payment. Hopefully, if you do make your on-time payments as well, that'll be reflected properly. But either way, I just wanted to let you guys know that. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. We'll overlay this video and see what you guys think. So you're going to go into your wallet app first, and you'll see this banner across the top that says Pay Later, Early Access. And once you click on it, you can see it says make payments over time, get early access to a pre-release version of Apple Pay Later, and start splitting your purchases into 4 interest-free payments over 6 weeks with no fees. Apple Pay Later is available in-app or online with iPhone, iPad, where Apple Pay is accepted. So again, 6 weeks, 1 payment is due today, and then in 3 subsequent weeks as well, you will make those other payments. So obviously you're applying with no impact to your credit. It does a soft pull. You're going to request an amount to spend, and if approved, you'll see that Pay Later option when you check out with Apple Pay. There's a couple different ways to go about this, and you will see it in this video a little later on as well. And then obviously you can keep track of everything in the wallet, and at the bottom here is where you'll see that blue Apply Now button to get started. So once you're ready to go ahead and tap on this, and you'll go through basically the onboarding process for Apple Pay Later. Get early access to pay for purchases. Here is a splash screen for request an amount to spend from $50 to $1,000. And when you check your availability, again, it's reaffirming your credit won't be impacted. You'll provide some basic info and find out if you're approved. You'll shop and check out with Apple Pay once your approval is there. And finally, you will request the amount you want to spend. So you can type in different amounts. We'll do 100 here just to test and see how it works. So there we go. Your payment plan explained. Today you'll pay $25 and then $25 in weeks 2, 4, and 6. No interest for that total cost of $100. Let's try something a little different. Let's do 500. And it shows you live time how much your payments will be for your total cost. So obviously, again, 500 divided by 4, $125. Let's go ahead and go back to $100 here and continue the process. So yep, $25 every 2 weeks for 4 payments, processing, and then you'll have to enter in some of your own personal information once the processing comes in. So let me go ahead and fill all this stuff out. All right, then we will process. And then once everything's processed, it'll tell you if you're approved or not, and you can see it says you're approved for this $100 purchase. And I'm going to cancel this just to close it out. And you see we just got an email as well telling us about the approval. So pretty quick and easy, not too crazy or difficult. They made it very easy in the wallet app to go about using it. Here's what it looks like on a website. We just went to Nike, press place order, and you can see that new option next to pay in full for pay later now. And again, it automatically calculates it off of your purchase. to see exactly what that total would be. So $146.97 broken down into 4 payments, obviously.
All right, and if you want to see the entire purchase process, if you go into an app, so we're going to use the App Store app, they have this new OtterBox, a new case here that I like. We're going to do it for the 14 Pro Max. And let's see. Let's go with this one. You're going to go to checkout with Apple Pay. And then, of course, we'll go ahead and say continue. And then, obviously, again, Apple Pay later. And this is probably exactly what not to do when you're financing something this tiny, but just in the interest of this demo, we'll show you exactly how it works. So we'll use a small purchase here. And you can see it can work with the value being over $50 after tax. That is perfectly fine. We'll say continue. Showing you $13 is due today, then in 2 weeks, 4 and 6. Once you agree and continue, you will see that you will have to input a debit card to have payments come out. And one call out here is that you cannot use credit cards as Affirm and other providers do allow. So after you do this, you will lock in your payments. So once you do that, you will have access to your debit card. Select auto pay if you choose, and then hit next. And here is the entire breakdown, and you can see every 2 weeks you have $13.42 that is going to be due in a total of 4 payments. And then, yeah, you would just double click to pay as you traditionally would.
So there you go. What do you think of the implementation here? Again, it's very Apple-y, it is very seamless and works very well. I think the biggest takeaway from this is how interesting to me it is that Apple is now becoming more of a bank, from the savings account aspects to Apple Pay itself to now this Apple Pay Later, where they strictly are the finance company behind it. Let us know in the comments down below. Are you interested? Are you going to try it out? What's your thoughts on it, to be honest with you? Are you a fan of these Affirm type 0% quick interest-free loans? Let us know. Thanks for watching, guys. Thumbs up this video. It really helps. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.